When people talk about Korean students, they usually say they study long hours. But if you're being honest, you've probably tried that before. You sit down for hours, books open, maybe even tired, and at the end of the day, it still feels like you didn't do enough. So the problem isn't really time. There's something else going on, something quieter that most people don't notice. 1. They put themselves in places where it's hard to be distracted. Let's be real. If you're at home, your phone is there, your bed is there, noise is there. Even if you try to focus, something always pulls you away. Korean students don't always rely on self-control for that. A lot of them change their environment completely. They go to silent reading rooms, libraries, or study cafes where everyone around them is already focused. Nobody is talking, nobody is on their phone, nobody is watching videos, and without anyone saying anything, you just feel like you have to focus too. It's not motivation, it's pressure from the environment. Now compare that to studying alone in your room where nobody can see you. You tell yourself, let me just check my phone for 1 minute, and suddenly it's 20 minutes gone. So instead of trying to fight distractions all the time, change where you study. Sometimes the problem is not you, it's where you are. 2. They don't count time the way you do. Most students say things like, I studied for 5 hours today. But if you break it down honestly, how much of that was actually focused? Because you know how it goes. You read a page, then your mind drifts, then you check your phone, then you come back and reread the same thing again. Korean students pay attention to something different. They care about how much time they were actually focused. If they sit for hours but get distracted a lot, they don't pretend it was productive. They only count the time they were fully engaged. That changes everything, because now you can't lie to yourself. And once you stop overestimating your effort, you naturally start improving it. So instead of saying, I studied for 4 hours, ask yourself, how long was I actually focused? Even if it's just 1 hour at first, that honesty is what helps you grow. 3. They don't panic when they don't understand something quickly. This is something a lot of students struggle with. You read something once, maybe twice, and if it doesn't click, you start thinking, maybe I'm just not good at this. Then you either skip it or get frustrated. But Korean students approach this differently. They expect things to be hard the first time. So instead of stressing about it, they repeat it again and again. Same concept, same type of questions, until it starts to feel familiar. They don't attach emotions to it. It's not, I'm failing. It's just, I haven't done it enough yet. Think about it. Anything you're good at today, you didn't get it in one try. So why expect studying to be different? If something isn't sticking, don't run away from it. Stay with it longer than you normally would. That's usually where the real progress starts. 4. They don't stop at understanding, they train for performance. A lot of students make this mistake. You study a topic, you understand it, it makes sense, and you feel like you're done. But then exams come and suddenly it's harder than you expected. Because understanding something slowly and solving it quickly under pressure are two completely different things. Korean students don't stop at I get it. They take it further. They practice solving questions over and over, sometimes under time limits, until it becomes natural. So in an exam, they're not thinking too much. They've seen similar patterns before. Meanwhile, another student might understand the topic, but struggles because they haven't practiced applying it enough. So after you learn something, don't stop there. Test yourself. Try questions. Make mistakes. That's what actually prepares you. 5. They don't waste energy deciding what to do every day. You know how some days you sit down to study but you don't even know where to start? You're thinking, should I read this, or maybe I should do that subject, or revise something else, and before you even begin, you're already tired. That's decision fatigue. Korean students reduce this as much as possible. They already know what they're studying, when they're studying, and sometimes even how long. So when it's time to study, they don't think, they just start. Compare that to constantly figuring things out every day. It drains your energy before you even begin. So a simple fix is this. Before you sleep, decide, what am I studying tomorrow? Even if it's just 2 subjects. That way, when the time comes, you don't hesitate. You just begin. When you look at all of this, you'll notice something. None of these are about being naturally smart. None of them require extreme motivation. They're small adjustments in environment, honesty, repetition, practice, and planning. And if you're being honest with yourself, you can probably see at least one place where you've been struggling. Start there. Not everything at once. Just one. Because sometimes it's not that you can't study, you just haven't been using the right system yet.